Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Why don't you go ahead and share this? Share this video. We're going to be on all of our platforms tonight. We're going to start right at 8 o'clock, so about 2 or 3 minutes. And of course, we'll leave this out on social media so people can view it at their leisure. And so we have viewers tonight on Twitter, on YouTube, on the church's website, on Facebook, and on Zoom. And so we have all our platforms covered. And I'm excited for all of you to be here tonight. Would you type in the county you're from? That's what I want you to do. If you're watching from a certain county here in North Carolina, type that in. Gonna not be long tonight, so go ahead and share this quickly and invite some friends quickly. I have a quick announcement that I want to make. I'll answer questions if I can do that, but I just want to encourage you to just go ahead and share this with some of your friends, and we're gonna jump on together. And so I'm gonna start in just a minute or two. I'm gonna give you about another 2 minutes, right about 8:01, 8:02. We'll jump in and hear the announcement. And so I'm gonna check and see who's out there. Would you go ahead and shout out what county you are from? And if you're from another part of the country, just tell us that as well. This is largely a Word Tabernacle announcement because I am senior pastor at Word Tabernacle Church, but we recognize that we have partners and we have friends in ministry that are going to be watching tonight as well. And so I'll be excited to look back over all of the platforms to see the various people that were on and what you had to say. And so another minute or so, one more minute, maybe a minute and a half, we'll jump in. Would you share this? Are you telling me what county you're from? Come on, you're from Nash County, Edgecombe, Wilson, Halifax. Go ahead and type that in. If you're watching from Warren County or Vance County, wherever you're coming from, just let us know that tonight. I see some people that are jumping on to our Boxcast system, so I'm glad for that. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I usually have music, but I'm not going to do that to you tonight, okay? So, all righty. Well, we're going to get started. We have it's 8 o'clock right on the dot. I'll give it right until 8:02. Would you type in what county you're from? Would you type in, hey, listen, let's do something fun real quick. So it's Thanksgiving, right? And so, you know, I cook and sometimes I do my cooking videos, right? So tonight, we usually make potato salad, right, at Thanksgiving time. So you know I'm a major Hellmann's mayonnaise believer. So type in the mayonnaise you use to make your potato salad. So type it in. I want to see who we have out there. Where are my craft people? Where are my Duke people? We praying hard for y'all. But the real believers are Hellmann's folks. So come on, type in what mayonnaise you use for your potato salad. That'll tell the validity of how good that potato salad is. What are y'all cooking for Thanksgiving? You know, I do the whole spread. And I'm doing the whole spread this year. I think we have like 5 meats or something crazy like that. It's my favorite holiday. And I'm trying to give y'all a minute or two to get on. It's my favorite holiday because serving as both a pastor and in the North Carolina General Assembly, I don't get off any other holiday in the course of the year. So the only holiday that I have off in the course of the year is Thanksgiving. And so I'm always super excited to start cooking at 2 p.m. on Wednesday, and then I serve at 2 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day. And so major menu, and I hope you enjoy Thanksgiving with all of your families. If you're traveling, be smart. Hopefully everyone has their vaccination and boosters are available. Would really encourage you to make sure you get your booster shot. So it's 8:02, and we're going to share this for the future as well. But I'm James Gaillard. I'm senior pastor at Word Tabernacle Church. We are a church located in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, although our members come from over 20 North Carolina counties and 6 Virginia counties. It's been my delight to serve as senior pastor at Word Tabernacle since 2005. We're 16 years in We have 3 campuses, a campus in Rocky Mount, one in Tarboro, and an online global campus. And so thank you for joining me tonight. Congregation members, you know that I made a pact with you. I gave you my word that if I ran for public office, I would never allow it to interfere with the growth of our church, with my commitment to the gospel. I would never allow it to interfere with anything we were doing to further the lives of people in Eastern North Carolina through our church. And now, believe it or not, I'm in my 2nd term in the North Carolina General Assembly. I've served now for 3 years. Next year will be my 4th. And we've watched the church grow in the midst of it. So we have watched how God has still honored our primary commitment, which is making sure that people meet Jesus and that they grow in their faith. And so I have a really special announcement for Wordites tonight because I want you to hear it first from me as your pastor. And because we're not, even though we're 100% back, we also know we have members in various other places and people that are not back in the building just yet. So I thought the best way to bring this information to you would be to have a coffee chat tonight. I normally do a coffee chat the 1st and 3rd Saturdays of every month. And so tonight is a special announcement, coffee chat. So here it is. I want to announce to our congregation, and I know that there are people that are not members of our church, maybe even people from the media, but this is primarily for Word Tabernacle members. I want to announce to you as our members and partners that I will not be seeking a 3rd term to represent Nash County in the North Carolina General Assembly. As you know, I've represented for 2 terms now House District 25, which is the majority of Nash County in the North Carolina General Assembly. I will not seek re-election for that seat. However, I am filing as a candidate for Congress. And so although I am not running in the General Assembly, I am running for the 2nd Congressional District in the state of North Carolina. For those of you who know G.K. Butterfield, this is the seat that was vacated by G.K. Butterfield. Not vacated, but he retired. He retired, and there will be, as it always is in an open seat, there will always be people, lots of people, both Democrats and Republicans, seeking that nomination from their respective parties. There will be other people that are Democrats, as I am, that will also be filing or have filed for that seat. So this is in no way at all a guarantee of victory for me. What this is, congregation, is my sincere desire to represent as many people in as healthy and holistic a manner as possible. I am a firm believer in the power of the intersection between public policy and pastoral leadership. We are byproducts. If I can just give you, some history lessons. People like Floyd Flake, Greater Allen Temple AME Church in Jamaica, Queens, New York, who still serves after many, many years as senior pastor of that mega church and served in Congress as well. People like Adam Clayton Powell, that's probably a name you know. Adam Clayton Powell pastored the historic Abyssinian Baptist Church in New York, while he also served in Congress. And so we see examples of that. When I was growing up in Philadelphia, there was a church, Bright Hope Baptist Church, and Bright Hope Baptist Church was pastored by Bill Gray. And Bill Gray, in addition to pastoring Bright Hope Baptist Church, also served Pennsylvania in Congress. As a matter of fact, he later went on to be one of the presidents of the United Negro College Fund. Let me tell you a quick little story about leveraging our faith communities. Many of you may know the name Leon Sullivan. Leon Sullivan was the historic pastor, the legendary pastor of the Zion Baptist Church in Philadelphia. In the early 70s, Leon Sullivan was appointed to the board of directors of General Motors, 1972, I believe. He was appointed to the board of directors of General Motors, which at that time made him the only African-American appointed to any of the auto manufacturing boards and the highest profile African-American serving on a public board of a corporate organization. Now, he was founder of OIC, Opportunities Industrialization Center, and as a result of that and his pastorate of this mega church, Zion Baptist Church, he was placed on the board. Here's the true story that's going to really shock you. When Leon Sullivan was placed on the board, apartheid was alive and well in South Africa. Leon Sullivan brought a moral compass as a Baptist minister to the General Motors board. And in doing so, he submitted a church resolution. We think about church resolutions at funeral time. He submitted a church resolution to the board of General Motors, of which he was recently appointed then, saying that General Motors should no longer do business in South Africa as long as apartheid existed. The resolution was severely defeated. I think he got like 1% of all the vote. However, his influence on the board, he continued to press the issue. And eventually, he authored the Sullivan Principles around economic sanctions against South Africa. General Motors signed on, several other large Fortune 100 companies signed on. Eventually, Lyndon Johnson, then president of the United States, calls Leon. He says, "Leon, this is Lyndon. Anything that is good enough for General Motors should be good enough for America." And as a result of that, there were economic sanctions that were levied against South Africa that caused the dismantling of apartheid. Here's my question to you. How many of us credit the dismantling of apartheid to a Baptist preacher? Very little of us do. The reason is because we don't always connect public policy and pastoral leadership. The reason I am running is because I believe in the power of leveraging public policy and pastoral leadership, that intersection. This congressional district encompasses 17 counties, 750,000 North Carolinians. They're in Caswell County, Person County, Vance County, Warren County, Franklin County. What we're most familiar with our Council of Government region, Nash, Edgecombe, Wilson, Halifax, Northampton counties, all are included in this congressional district. Bertie County, Hertford County, Martin County, Washington County, Greene County, and a large portion of Wayne County. 17 counties, 750,000 people. I am filing on Monday, December 6th, to represent those 750,000 people in the Congress, in our federal government. I want to commit to you as your pastor. I will be in the pulpit on Sundays preaching at Word Tabernacle Church. I'm still deeply committed to our work and everything that we're doing. You are not losing your pastor. You are simply gaining another voice for moral leadership in our federal government, in our Congress. And so I want to ask for your prayers. I want to ask for your vote of confidence in me as your pastor. Tomorrow, there'll be an AP story run. Tomorrow, there'll be local newspapers running the story. And I wanted you to hear it from me for the first time. I will be running to represent North Carolina Congressional District 2 in the Congress, the U.S. House of Representatives, 17 counties. And again, thankful for all of your support. I'm thankful for how you trusted me with leadership all of these years. I'm really, think about it like this, guys, and I'm going to end when I say this. One of the few assets, I'll say it that way, one of the few assets we have in all 100 North Carolina counties, churches. Imagine what would happen if we were the moral voice of the way public policy was framed in our nation. Just because there's a separation of church and state does not mean there's a separation of faith from politics. I want to be a moral voice. I want us to continue to do the work that we've done around housing, around education, around infrastructure creation, around healthcare. Around really ensuring our democracy is kept intact. Let me be really clear. There are some really impressive people that are running for this seat. But I feel led to run. I feel led to run to bring an agenda that will bring about a better life for 750,000 people in our state, in our region, in the eastern portion of North Carolina. So again, I'm not running for a third term in the General Assembly. but I am running to represent you in Congress. And I hope everyone from Nash and Edgecombe and Wilson and Halifax and Northampton and Vance and Warren and Person and Caswell and Greene and Wayne and all the counties that are represented will find me a suitable candidate so that we can get across the finish line and we can have a moral voice in Washington, D.C. And we can leverage our captive audiences of the church so that there will be an intersection of public policy and pastoral leadership to topple things that are wrong and then to create new opportunities for people, black, white, or brown, male or female, young or old, so that all of us will have a better quality of life. So that's my announcement. You can go ahead and type that in. Pastor's running for Congress. Pastor Gilliard is running for Congress. James Gilliard is running for Congress. Representative Gilliard is running for Congress. However you want to say it, I'm officially announcing that I'm running for Congress. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for all you do. I'm going to end it right here. Share this with someone. You'll hear all about my formal campaign stuff in the times to come, but I want our church to be the first to know. Have a great night.